guys, so at the time this video is going up, I am in a place that I haven't been to in a really long time, and that is Los Angeles. So as you know, I'm going to Australia, but something happened with my flight. I had to rearrange some things. I ended up upgrading my flight to business class because I suffer from anxiety, and flying for 14 hours to Australia in economy just seemed like something that would trigger my anxiety. Wow, that sounds like the most first world problem I've ever said in my life. I literally hate myself. Anyway, let's just forget about the fact that I'm just completely out of touch with reality, and let's talk about Los Angeles. I haven't been in LA in about 3 years. I have at times missed it. At times I have wondered what it would be like if I moved back there. Why things just went so badly when I moved there the first time. If you guys have been with my channel for the past 3-4 years now, you do know that for about a year I made the spur of the moment decision to move to Los Angeles with a crazy ex-boyfriend, but that decision to move there was very good and very bad. I think it was a growing experience. I learned a lot about myself. I ended up getting frank when I was living in Los Angeles, and I ended up breaking up with that boyfriend that I had been with for 4 years, and I felt like in order to do that I had to move across the country and like leave him there and then go back to the East Coast. Like that was the only way that I was going to be able to break up with him. Just kidding. But also not really. Los Angeles was a pretty lonely place for me for most of the time, and I had a few friends, but a lot of those friends had their own problems. They were also around my age, and they were also struggling with addictions, with problems with family, and just a host of all sorts of things. So I guess what you could say is that I didn't really have like a concrete foundation in Los Angeles. I didn't have a support system. I didn't have any family. I didn't have any reliable friends who had their shit together. It was like me being a complete fucking mess, plus my few other friends who were also complete fucking messes, and whenever we'd get together, it would be a shit show, so I would avoid them, but then I would be alone and sad. And then I finally did find somebody that I could rely on, which was like this sugar daddy dude, but then he ended up being married. During my time in Los Angeles, I kind of just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna be a stripper. Now, a lot of people in their lives will be like, yeah, fuck this, I'm gonna be a stripper. Like, fuck math, I'm gonna be a stripper. Fuck working at Chili's, I'm gonna be a stripper. And they say it in jest, like, yeah, like I would ever do that. But I actually did that. The reason why I became a stripper is, well, there's many reasons. And people always look at me and they're like, I can't imagine you being a stripper. And honestly, like, I can't either. I don't know how I did it. I was in a very big alcohol-induced haze during that time that I just made a lot of questionable decisions, and that was one of them. So part of the reason why I became a stripper is just because I had this like really weird fuck it type attitude towards life, and also because I don't know, I'm just one of those people who wants to experience all things in life, even though they might not be good for me. A part of me always wondered what that kind of life was like, and I said to myself, I'm in Los Angeles, nobody here knows me. I don't have any family here, no one will ever know, like why not try it? And also I was broke. That low-key was like the main reason why I did it. But a lot of other things came into play. Like there were other ways I could have made money other than stripping, but stripping was just like the best way to make a lot of money in a short period of time. And I also didn't have to work that much, so I would work maybe like 3-4 nights a week and make what some people make in like a month in those 3-4 days. It was relatively easy. I got to use my skills, which is talking. Talking is like one of my skills, I guess. People tell me I'm good at it. That's why I have a YouTube channel. And I honestly like didn't do any sketchy stuff when I was a stripper. It's not like I was essing some D in the back. It's not like I was doing anything inappropriate. Like honestly, most of the time I would be the stripper that would just go and sit with a bunch of dudes and talk about Game of Thrones. Okay, enough about that. But anyway, so I had some very negative experiences in Los Angeles, and eventually at one point I was like 30 pounds overweight, working as a stripper, which like kind of don't go hand in hand, right? After my shift every single night, I would go to Jack in the Box at like 3 a.m. I would order a meal, and I would literally just take one bite of that meal and then I would throw it out because I was crazy and mentally unstable. I don't know why I did the things that I did, but eventually I literally picked up the phone and I was like, Mom, can you please come get me? And my mom got on a plane with my brother and they came to Los Angeles and they rescued me. I was losing my mind. I don't want to say this in a nonchalant way and make it seem like so emotionally detached. Like now I am kind of emotionally detached from the situation, but at the time it was really, really bad. Like I was depressed as hell. And when people tell me about depression, like how horrible it is, after having experienced it myself, I now believe those people that tell me how horrible depression is. Like you literally cannot move. You cannot get off the couch. You have no motivation to do anything. You just feel useless, right? And it's so hard to break that cycle. Like people say, oh, well, like get up and do something. Stop being depressed. Like it's not that easy. And I understand that now. And thankfully, fortunately, I had a family that cared enough to actually go and help me. And they got me up, they packed up my apartment with me, and we moved back to the East Coast. And to me, that was like a huge relief. And ever since I left Los Angeles and moved back to Connecticut and then subsequently moved to New York City, my life has been so much better. Aside from like the whole bone marrow failure disorder thing, that kind of sucks. But you know, you can't have it all. In a big way, leaving Los Angeles was a relief because I had such a terrible and negative experience there. But there were certain aspects of California that I really, really did like. I love the weather. I mean, how can you not? There's a lot of really great restaurants. There's a lot of really great shopping. You're close by to a lot of really cool things. There's a lot of cool things that Los Angeles offers that the East Coast doesn't. And there are things about Los Angeles that I do miss. And now that it's been 3 years that I haven't been there, I find myself missing some of those things. Now, does that mean I want to go move there? No, but I am really, really excited to visit. So it was kind of spur of the moment. I know that I'm going to Australia in this upcoming week. I decided that to split up my big giant flight, and I would do a trip to Los Angeles first, stay in LA for 3 days, and then I would go and tackle that 14-hour flight to Australia. And my boyfriend's going on a different day, different flight, so he's not at all involved in this. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to go to Los Angeles by myself. So I ended up booking my mom a ticket as well and surprising her. So now my mom's coming, which is really exciting because one of my favorite things about Los Angeles was when my mom would come visit me, because we would have so much fun. We would go shopping, we'd go to the beach, we'd go to all these like cool restaurants. So we have these like favorite places that we used to go to. Now my mom and I are gonna get to go and do those things again, and I feel like it's gonna be a really great walk down memory lane. It's also gonna bring back a lot of memories of my life when I was younger, when I wasn't sick, when I didn't have some of the challenges that I have now. So it's just gonna be nice, and it'll be nice to experience Los Angeles like now as an adult when I have my shit together and not as a broke drunk stripper. So that'll be good too. And then of course after that it's on to Australia, and I am so freaking excited. Like I can't believe this is happening. Like technically my health is not really where it should be, but I really don't care because a life is meant to be lived. I can't wait to post vlogs, photos on my Instagram if you don't already follow me on Instagram. So yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss my vlogs that are coming up in the next couple weeks. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!